Good morning, everybody. It's Natalie. Welcome back to my bookstore. Today's book is something you've probably heard of. It is like all over Book Talk, and it is all over my YouTube Shorts page. I have not been able to stop seeing things about this book, so I finally decided to just read it and see what I think. It's about love and torture and so much good stuff. And in case you are unaware, even though it's in the title and the thumbnail, this book is A Court of Thorns and Roses from Sarah J. Maas. Oh boy, yes, that's right, we're getting into it. Now, as always, we'll do this in the correct order, which is description, my overall review, and then spoilers, and then a little bit about the author at the end. Feyre is a huntress. The skin of a wolf would bring enough gold to feed her sisters for a month, but the life of a magical creature comes at a steep price, and Feyre has just killed the wrong wolf. Taken prisoner by the High Fae Lord, Feyre learns that her masked captor is hiding even more than his piercing gaze suggests. But as Feyre's feelings towards Tamlin begins to burn through every warning she's heard about his kind, a shadow is falling across the land. And if Feyre can't fight it, she'll lose everything. I mean, it's an alright description. It only covers like a fourth of the book, though. This thing is literally jam-packed with different suspicious things, different romantic things, different things. Literally so much happens in this book. The audiobook is literally like 16 hours long. It is insane, and don't even get me started on the sequels. My boyfriend is also reading the book, and he said it's very Beauty and the Beast-esque. Side note, I think I'm going to do a couples thing about this book and just see what our feelings are from different perspectives. So let's see all the characters that you will be meeting on this fantastic journey without getting into spoilers. We're talking about characters without getting into spoilers, so if you've already read the book, wait until the spoilers pops up, okay? Okay, Feyre. First character you need to know. Literally main character. Boy howdy do I have some to say about her. First of all, just the worst listener. She literally cannot take directions at all. She has a really hard time standing up for herself as well. She's this weird character. I love her, by the way. I love her so much. She has a really hard time taking feedback of sorts. Like, anytime anyone does anything to her, she just goes, But also, when someone asks her to do something, she goes, She's so strange in the fact that she refuses to stand up for herself, but also she refuses to do anything anybody else asks of her. She even admits multiple times in the book that she should be following directions more than she is, because she tells herself multiple times, damn, I should be dead for this, and she should. I mean, I love this character because she's a deep character. She's got complex character traits. She goes through a bunch of different emotions that are super subtle, and I really enjoy how this story changes her from one thing into another, and I think it's golden. I just think she's so strange, and if she was a real person, I don't know how I'd actually feel about her, because how the hell are you not going to be able to take anybody's feedback, but also not give anybody feedback? What? It's a little infuriating. It's just a tiny bit infuriating. Then there are her sisters, Nesta and Elaine, and boy howdy are they. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Nesta and Elaine kinda suck. Nesta doesn't become more than a centered, mean, selfish bitch until way too late in the book. Like, I mean, it kind of fits, but like, seriously, 1 second she's like awful, and then you don't see her for a long time, and the next time you see her, she's kind of still awful, but she cares. And I don't know how many Elaine stans there are out there, but she just gives like dumb blonde meets younger sibling syndrome, and I'm not a huge fan of her because it feels like she refuses to acknowledge anybody else's feelings if it even slightly upsets her. She's just kind of like, no, the world is perfect and everything happens for no reason, and I'm so pretty and young and blonde and nothing could go wrong with me. Elaine, Reality check. What the fuck? The worst part is that Elaine isn't the youngest sibling. Elaine is the middle child. Feyre is the youngest sibling, and yet she still gets the brunt of everything going on. You literally, if you didn't know better, you would for sure think Nesta, Feyre, Elaine. That's the order, right? Incorrect. Incorrect. It's literally Nesta, Elaine, Feyre. And yet, Feyre is taking care of everybody, every single person. But honestly, the sisters happen in such a small part of this book that it's almost not worth talking about. But this family confuses me, goddammit. It confuses me. Finally, we get into some of the fairy company of the book, which we're gonna start with fan favorite of literally this book and this book alone. He becomes the least favorite High Lord after this book. I know I've seen the spoilers, but Tamlin, our boy Tamlin. Oh boy, what the happens with Tamlin? This, I can't call him human. He's a High Lord, a fairy king, of the Spring Court, a man of the Spring Court. He does some dumb shit, but he's, like, lovable, at least. Yes, he's lovable. Now, I'm not gonna get into spoilers about Tamlin for this book or any other book, but I will say that he's supposed to be, like, this bad boy, hurt boy archetype that's just like, don't come near me. I'm too much for you. You're below me. I can't be speaking with you. And yet you're my only chance at love. What? He feels like he is somehow always in control, and yet he hates the fact that he is always in control. Which is strange, but you feel bad in that way that women just feel bad for fictional characters that are damaged and have things happen to them that they don't want happen to them. He's that archetype of, like, I am made for women to fawn over me. He is messed up from literally A to Z, but you know what makes it great? You know what makes it great is that Feyre and Tamlin have this such a cute love story. I think that the love story between Tamlin and Feyre is pretty believable, to be honest. I don't see a whole lot wrong with it. It's a weird combination, though. They're weird people, and I'm glad they found each other. Final character I'm gonna get into before spoilers is your boy Lucian. Oh my god! Another tall, dark, and brooding. Am I right, ladies? Except this time, he's got some extra bad boy energy on him. He just casually starts slow dripping into the audience's mouth more and more of his dark and brooding backstory, which is interesting because this author thinks that, like, women need this stuff to find men attractive, and I almost think she's right. Because I've seen what the women say about this book, goddammit. I've seen what some men say about this book, goddammit. But I love Lucian because you can see his attitude change from the beginning to the end of the book. And at the beginning, he's just like this, don't come near me, human, you're filthy, grr. And then he turns into, well, Feyre, you can't, don't, Feyre. I love him so much. So I don't know if any of that was cohesive because I have a lot of thoughts about this book, to be honest with you, but I think they're all valid thoughts, alright? You read the book and you figure it out. So what did I think of the book that isn't spoilers? Because we're still not in the spoiler section yet. I know this is going to be a longer video, but I'm not sure how long, and I'm trying to figure that out. I thought the book was great. I thought the book was so good, and I listened to an audiobook version of the book. I really enjoyed this audiobook. The creator did so well adding in music and sound effects, and oh my gosh, she just did so well and made me enjoy the book so much more. I think that the way that this author wrote the book was really interesting, though, because you're just casually left in the dark about so much, and you slowly learn more, and then the more you learn, the more the past stuff makes sense. Like, I'm sure this book on a second read would be so interesting, because, like, once you know everything, every other suspicious thing that happens in the book that you're maybe not even aware of is just like, oh my god, I know what's happening! I think it's an amazing quality to have for a writer to be able to make a book this interesting and still keep you so much in the dark and still have so many plot twists. I think it's I think it's golden. I think this woman did something really great here, and I can't wait to talk about her more at the end of the video, so please stick with me for that. That being said, guys, it is now spoiler time, so here's the siren, here's the time code. Please join me at the end. I have to tell you more about this amazing woman. Everybody gone? Good. Let's get into it. Okay, can we please maybe talk about how much shit happens in this book? I mean, 16, 17 hours of audiobook is like insane. Most of the books I read are like 10-hour audiobooks. What is 17 hours? So first we start at the cottage, and then we go to Prithian, and then we learn about the dark stuff, and then we learn about even more dark stuff, and then Fire Night happens, and then there's the whole going back home, and then there's the under the mountain scene, and then she straight up dies. I mean, let's be clear here. If you didn't want to know that, you should have skipped ahead. I know I got into it real quick, but you had time. I loved Fire Night. Okay, here's the thing. I called my mother about 3 times saying that I refused to read more because I had started the Fire Night sequence, and I was like, this dumb bitch, she literally never listens to anybody. But by the end of the Fire Night sequence, I was like, oh my god, this is the best book ever. I mean, what's his name? I'm gonna put his name here. I can't remember the Raisined. I'm calling him Raisin. So Mr. Raisin Brand. Oh boy, do people love Mr. Raisin Brand. This man is hot shit from beginning to end, and oh god, when you learn that he's important, shit hits the fan. I mean, the Under the Mountain scene where we see him again and everyone's just like, he's the what of the what? But the whole Under the Mountain scene is literally just crazy. Feyre goes back to Under the Mountain to go try to free Tamlin, only to find Amaranth, Queen Bee Amaranth, has decided to imprison everybody. And now she wants to kill everybody. And everybody's just like, nobody can say shit because somehow she got everybody's magic. I don't know how you're making deals that loses all of your magic when you're high fae, but you should probably be better at keeping your magic than that. But Big Boss Amaranth said, yeah, I've got hoes, Feyre. You feel like dying tonight? I feel like I'm all over the place. Let me just recollect myself. And the final moment of the book, well, not the final moment, but like the final key moment, where she finally guesses the riddle. Oh my goodness. I knew what the riddles thing was. First of all, I had it spoiled for me. And just knowing what I know about Amaranth based on the book, I don't know how Feyre didn't immediately guess the answer when Amaranth was like, oh my god, you haven't guessed my riddle? That's too bad. It's a lovely answer. It's a lovely answer. Amaranth, how are you gonna play all your cards, girly? Miss Girl Boss Ma'am. What the f? I'm just saying. Bossy bitch. Turn boss babe. Turn dead as fuck. That was a weird thing to say. I have so much energy. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have been drinking a Red Bull the whole time I've been recording. But honestly, guys, I am so excited to read the sequels. Now, this is just a little letting you in on how things work on this channel. I have all of my videos planned up until July, and I hope to do a full series book review in July. So, if I can finish all of the 20 plus hour audiobook, if I can finish all of the insanely long books that I need to read, I would love to do that. If not, I guess I'll just move it later in the year. I mean, even my script isn't making sense. I have gone off script so many times in this recording because this book has incited feelings in me. But let me just tell you, I'm energized, I'm caffeinated, and I have opinions. Okay, everybody back? Great. I kind of went on a spiel at the end of that spoilers. So if you missed that, alright, let's get into Mrs. Mom. I don't know why I just called Sarah J. Maas my mom. She's not. As far as I know, she's not. But she is now Mommy. Sarah J. Maas is now Mommy. So, let's talk about Mommy. Sarah Janet Maas was born on March 5th, a day after my birthday. Let's go. But 1986, so a couple years before me. And she was born in New York City, New York. She loved all types of mythology from a very young age and really just enjoyed hearing about fantastical stories of like big things happening, you know, that kind of stuff. And she loved hearing stories about the world and how they worked. She just loved mythology. So she started writing early, and I'm talking early. Her first novel, Throne of Glass, was written when she was only 16. 16! You know what I was doing at 16? I was making Minecraft roleplay videos. Clearly, I am not on the same level as Sarah J. Maas, but she has written so many stories, guys. I'm talking about so many. She has written 21 books in total. That's as many years as I'd been alive. And it looks like she's writing a new one to be released in 2024, which is super exciting. She's won several awards for her books, and she's been nominated for several more. I think all of her stuff is just so impressive, and I am already very impressed by this book. I am super excited to see if I can read more of her books. I'm definitely putting more of her books on my playlist. She seems like such an accomplished woman, and I am just so happy that people like her exist in the world and are putting out things that can make other people happy and give people the freedom to express themselves. And I think she's doing a great job. But yeah, guys, this is a long video. But yeah, I think I've started doing a rating system. So I'm gonna give this one a solid 9 out of 10. It might be re-rated if I do that thing where I read all of the books and then do a book review of all of them. But right now, it is a solid 9 out of 10. Let's go. Such a good book for the beginning of the year. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. It really does help, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for a mental health video, and I'll see you the week after that for another book review. All right, bye, guys.